So as we get closer to the end of our Alaska journey, we are going to throw in a product we think that you would really like if you go on this journey the way that we did. I'm Lynn.
And I'm Danny,
Welcome to RV America.
the original RV America.
Danny's going to tell you all about this product, and I'm going to sit back behind the camera so that I can just video.
When you bought an RV or when you bought a tent, you bought it to chase freedom, not to chase extension cords. But what do you do when you're miles and miles away from the nearest hookup? Well, we want to talk to you about the UD Power S1200. It is something that's going to be able to help you power the things that you need, just the essential things and more with this. It's something that we wish we had when we went out to Alaska to boondock. We boondocked quite a bit, and we had a smaller one, but this is going to solve so many problems. With the other battery bank, we couldn't even make coffee. And if you're like us, you're going to want to make that coffee. So the first thing you need to know about it, it has 1,190 watt hours of power, and it will deliver 1,200 watts of power continuously. Now, UD Power did send us this to review, and we want to give you our honest opinion of what we think about it and what we think about it so far. We've had it for about a month, and we want to let you know what we think. We're going to show you when we plug things in, how much power it draws and how much life you have left on the battery, because this S1200 will show you how long, if you're charging your e-bikes, how long you can do that before it makes this dead. So it's something that we're looking forward to sharing with you. If you've been following us, you might be wondering, why do they need a battery bank? They've got solar, they use hookups quite a bit, even though we boondock quite a bit too. Why do we need it? We've been on Dolphin Island for the past month, and we've been able to use this quite a bit. We sat out in our clam tent, and we were able to, on some of these hot fall days down here on the Alabama coast, we were able to hook up fans. We plugged in our cooler. We have a cooler freezer that's electric that you can plug up into it. We've charged our batteries outside for our phones and ran my computer off of it as I was doing the editing. So it really helps whether you are truly 100% boondocking out in a tent or in a small camper, or you just need it for extra power, for convenience as you're out enjoying the RV life. Now the UD Power S1200 charges in about an hour and a half to 2 hours. That is amazing. It comes with a fast charger. And another thing I want you to notice is, notice how quiet it is while it's charging. All you can hear is a fan. When in storage, the UD Power S1200 will hold virtually all of its charge. That's unheard of with a lot of power banks. So I did want to point out a couple of features. The first one is the multi-ways to charge it. You charge it traditionally with a supplied plug that you'll plug into your wall or an outlet. You have a DC where you can do it in a car charger, the old style cigarette charger, which is now called a DC output. And it's got a solar connection here and on the back for the two different types of solar systems that could charge this. So there are 4 ways that you can charge your UD Power S1200. Now I want to also point out what you do have almost endless ways to charge things, because you've got 5 standard plugs, you've got 4 USB-A's to charge most electronics, and even 2 USB-C's to charge your more current phones. You've got a DC output that you can charge things. We've used it to charge our battery charger that has an air pump on it. We put in the Jeep, so it's charged that up well. And it's got 2 other DC plugs here for other standard DC items. Also want to point out on the top, it has wireless charging for phones and other items that have wireless charging capacities, such as iPhones and Android phones, depending on your make and model, of course. But I'll show you more about that in a second. So I love this. Our other battery bank, you almost have to have the owner's manual to figure out how to turn it on. These are labeled. It shows the power button there, the power emblem, so it turns on. And this one shows a light. You got a light there. I don't know if you can see it. Then it gets a little brighter and a little brighter. Then of course off. But one thing I want to show you, if you had that light on, it's showing that it's using 1 watt of power there. And then if I turn up to the brightest, it's using 4 watts, and it's showing that you could leave that light on for about 56 hours, almost 57 hours. So that's a couple of days leaving that light on. You don't want to leave it on, but it's there if you need it. As I mentioned, you can put your phone up here. Well, you might not be able to.
There.
So you're able to charge it. If you look back down here, it's taking in 4 watts. And again, about 58 hours of output left. Now it's dropped down to 46, 40, 44. So you can see how many hours it has left if you just left this charging. Of course, the phone won't charge for 48 hours or 43 hours. So that's there. So just with the fan by itself, and this is on low, it says it will run for 16 hours. It's pulling 54 watts. So you can leave this for a good long time. You'd want to manage it if you move it up to a higher speed. Now it's got up to 64 watts in about 14 hours. So as I said, you want to manage it. You not want to leave this while you're out exploring. You want to turn it off and save your power. Now I wanted to plug in something with a little bit more power to it. This is Lynn's scooter. It usually pulls about 100 watts. So we're going to plug it in. As you can see, it's ramping up. There's at 105, 106. So somewhere around there it's usually. So it won't take 13 hours to charge your e-scooter, but if you had an e-bike or e-scooter, it's going to have a similar battery and it'll take about the similar amount of power to, if I'm remembering correctly, to charge. So as you can see, you've got something. So the idea is to manage this. It will automatically, if that's not drawing power, it'll shut this off so you won't be just draining power because it has nowhere to go. I did want to mention we got several friends with CPAPs, and this will run your CPAP all night long without worrying about it and still have energy left to make coffee in the morning. So as I said in the opening, one of the things we love about it is that we've boondocked and used our other power bank and wasn't able to make coffee. So guys, I do want to point out that the UD Power S1200 is the perfect backup power source for your house. We live in Middle Tennessee, which does get cold, does get snow, does get ice from time to time. And we do go home 3 to 4 months a year, a month here, a month there type of things. And we do go around the holidays, so we have ran into some freezing and snowing conditions. So if we lost power there at our condo, we're going to have this S1200 to power up. It will run our small freezer for about 19 hours and keep our meat fresh. So it's something that you can run a refrigerator or a freezer for maybe 4 to 19 hours as our small freezer does. So it's something that you can use at home. Your oxygen or your CPAP also would work on this at home. So now it's coffee time. And so as you see now that it started up, it's using 745 watts. And that is probably the thing that's going to use the most ever on our battery bank. And it would last for 1.4 hours, which coffee is going to be made in about 10 minutes. So we don't need that much, and then we'll get the power back. You can see it still has 97% of its battery left, and we'll see how much is left after the coffee's made. So the coffee's done. It took about 10-15 minutes, and when it finished, it was at 89% of the battery still done. So it went down about 8%, 8 or 9% as we made coffee. But as you can see, we've got coffee. It's coffee time. So I asked Lynn to come out from behind the camera and let her give her opinion of the UD Power S1200. As you probably can tell the way I've been talking, I really like it.
Yeah, I will say we will get a lot of use out of this little power bank. I really like it. It'll go in and out of the camper. We take very, very few things in and out of the camper, but I think it would be so handy to have at our home base that it will come in and out of the camper in case our power goes off. I will never again be without coffee.
So
we'll give it 2 thumbs up.
Definitely both give us a thumb up, so 2 thumbs up.
It's well worth the money.
Yeah. And we will continue our Alaskan adventure. We're leaving Alaska next week. You'll see that, where we go on top of the world highway and into Canada with a border crossing there.
Yep. Until next time, God bless and many safe travels.
And go RV, America.